Hey everybody. Uh, so I'm trying a new recording program, and hopefully this will work a little bit better than the last one. This is a video number 2 for systems of equations, and we're going to be doing method 2 for substitution. Now, something that you couldn't have heard because the audio got cut off in the last video. Systems of equation, your job is to find out where the two equations are equal, exactly equal, which means that these x's and these y's are going to be exactly the same. Okay? These are the steps, and I'm going to work it out with you. Each of these problems are getting harder with each time, but you're going to see that we're just doing the same steps every single time. There's nothing new. Okay? Now, we're going to do number 1 first. So for number 1, let me just move it. Okay, so for number 1, we have this. Our step 1 is to make sure that we have at least one variable that's isolated. Now, isolated, for those of you who don't remember, in math means it just needs to be alone. Nothing else on that side. There's no negatives, there's no constants, there's no other variables, just the one that you want. It doesn't matter which variable you have isolated, as long as you have one. In this case, my x here is already isolated, so I don't need to do anything else. Step 1 is already done for me. Step 2, I need to substitute the equation into the variable. So this is what that means. If I'm trying to figure out where the two are equal, then that means that these two I can assume to be equal. So if this x is equal to this x, but this x is equal to y plus 3, right? That means I can put y plus 3 into here, into that x, and it shouldn't make a difference. Because if they're all equal, then switching them out shouldn't make a difference. And let's see what that looks like. So wherever the x was, I'm now going to put y plus 3. So 6 parenthesis y plus 3. Now the reason I put a parenthesis here, it's very important because what's happening in this equation is that the 6 is multiplying the x. So if I put into y plus 3, if I want to keep everything the same, that means that my 6 needs to multiply my y plus 3 because that's what I plugged in for x. So it's going to be treated the exact same way. Minus 5y is equal to 15. And then once I do that, I'm going to distribute the 6 into the parenthesis here. So I'm going to have, distribute means to multiply into every term. So 6 times y would give me 6y. And 6 times 3 would give me 18. Right? Minus 5y, I didn't touch that, is equal to 15. And so then from here, step 3. Move the variable to one side and everything else to the other side. I personally like to keep my variables on the left. You can put yours on the right. It doesn't matter. But since these y's are already on the left side, I'm not going to mess with it. Okay? So I have 6y and 5y here. I'm going to move this 18 because I don't want it there. I want to move everything that's not y away. So I'm going to minus 18 from both sides. And these are going to cancel. So I'm going to get 6y minus 5y, because I didn't touch those, is equal to negative 3. And then I simplify this out. I had 6 y's. I am taking away 5 of y's. That means I end up with 1 y. If you just put y, that's fine. It's the same thing. And now I have negative 3. I'm not done. I need to solve for the other variable. Since I solved for y, I need to solve for x. Now, in order to do that, I'm going to plug it into one of the equations. I'm going to plug this y into one of the equations. It does not matter which one you plug it into. I always plug it into the easier one. In this case, the easier one would be here in this bottom equation. So I have x plus, not plus, equals y plus 3. And that means that I'm going to substitute my y for the negative 3. And negative 3 plus 3 is 0. Now, you are only done, you are only finished with a system of equations if you can fill out an ordered pair. Remember, ordered pair is a pairing of x and y. So my x is 0, my y is negative 3, I can fill it in, so I'm done. This is my final answer. This is the answer I am looking for, this ordered pair, right? So that was a pretty straightforward one, pretty easy. We're now going to go into something a little bit harder. Now, if I went too quickly, or if you didn't understand something I said, rewind the video, or you can pause it at any point and try to work it out yourself. Or if you have any further questions, you can email me or come to office hours. I really recommend doing that. That way I can help you in real time. All right, so let's do the second problem here. We have 3x plus y equals 26, x plus y equals 18. So while I'm doing this, you're not going to be able to see the steps, but if you want, you can write them down as notes. It's really good to have them just next to you in case you're wondering what to do next, and you don't constantly have to be rewinding the video to see what was step 1, 2, 3, 4. So, step 1 is to isolate one of your variables. None of my variables are currently isolated, so I just need to pick whichever one looks the easiest to isolate. In this case, the easiest one to isolate would either be this x or this y. It looks the easiest, so I'm just going to pick y. So right now I have x plus y is equal to 18. So because I want to isolate my y, I don't want my x there. So I'm going to move my x to the other side. So now I have y equals 18 minus x. I am now good. And then, for the same reason as before, I'm going to take this and I'm going to plug it into the other y, the y that I didn't solve for. Okay? Now the reason for this is because, remember, if the y's are the same, then I can change them out without any issue. So I'm going to end up with 3x. So I have 3x plus y equals 26. I'm going to substitute my y for 18 minus x. So 3x plus 18 minus x equals 26. And then there's nothing really to multiply, nothing to distribute, so those can kind of just go away, those parentheses. And now I have this. My next step is to move the variables to one side and move everything else to the other side. So my x's are already on my left, so I'm just going to move everything that's not x to the right. And since this here is a positive 18, remember your order of operations is SAD MEP. Right? These two are the same, and these two are the same. So I'm going to subtract first. Subtract 18, subtract 18. Please excuse my writing, I'm sorry. I'm using my finger to write on my screen for now. I have a stylus coming in and the writing will be better as we go on, but for now, please bear with me. So these 18s cancel, and 26 minus 18 will give me 8. So I have 3x minus x equals 18. If I have 3 x's and I take away an x, I now have 2 x's. And then in order to solve it, just divide by 2, because this was 2 times x, so in order to move it I have to divide. So x is equal to 9. Now I am not done. I only have my x, I need my y. I need to solve for the other variable. And the way I do that is I'm going to plug this into what looks like the easier thing to plug into, so I'm going to plug it into there. It doesn't really matter. So if I have x plus y is equal to 18. I'm going to plug in the x for the 9 because I know it's 9 now. So 9 plus y is equal to 18. And then in order to solve for y, I need to minus 9 from both sides. So y is equal to 9. Oh, what do you know? So our answer for this is going to be 9, 9. Did I do this right? Let's see. Yep, double check my math. Everything looks good. So my final answer is going to be 9, 9. Now, if I make a mistake in these videos, please let me know. I'll fix them. For now, everything looks good though. And for the last one, this is probably going to be one of the harder ones that you'll see. You probably won't see anything harder than this. If I do make anything harder than this, it would be an extra credit question. So don't worry too much about it. This is about as hard as you need to be able to solve before you go into high school though. So right off the bat, first step, isolate one of your y's, or one of your variables. And this looks the easiest to isolate. So I have 2x plus y is equal to 10. I minus 2x from both sides because I want everything to move away from my y. 10 minus 2x. And so we have that. And because of that, I'm going to take this. I'm going to plug it into the y that I didn't use. So right now I have 3x minus 2y equals 15. 3x. Now, very important. Your y is now 10 minus 2x. So 10 minus 2x, anything that was happening to your y is now happening to this 10 minus 2x. So if this y was being multiplied by negative 2, that means your 10 minus 2x is going to be multiplied by negative 2. This 3x, we didn't really do anything with it, but negative 2 times 10 will give me negative 20. And negative 2 times negative 2x will give me positive 4x. Remember to always keep, sorry, my voice is dry, I've been making videos all day. Remember to always keep track of your signs, okay? So we have 15, didn't touch that. So now we're going to move everything away from our x's. So because this is minus 20, we're going to plus 20 to both sides. So we end up with 3x plus 4x equals 35. So if I have 3 x's and I add 4 x's, I have a total of 7 x's, was 35. So I'm going to divide both sides by 7, and I end up with 5. Now I am going faster with this because these steps, it should be over and over. If you need me to slow down, just pause the video, work it out, or if you can keep up, great. If not, don't worry about it, just pause the video, rewind if you need to. These will be up for forever until YouTube shuts down. So there's that. I have my x, but I'm not done because I need an ordered pair to be finished, and I don't quite have my ordered pair yet. So that means I'm going to take this x and I'm going to put it into whatever I think is the easiest one. Personally, I think that the easiest one is the top one here. So that's what I'm going to put it into. So that means, oh, that is a horrible arrow. That's all in the way of everything. Here we go. So I'm going to have 2x plus y is equal to 10. I'm going to plug in my x, my 5 into where my x was. So 2 times 5 plus y is equal to 10. 10 plus y is equal to 10. So that means that y is equal to 0. Because I minus 10 from both sides. Yeah. So that means that my final answer will be 5, 0. Alright, thank you for watching. If you have any further questions, please just either email me or come to office hours and I'll be glad to answer any of your questions. Alright, have a good day.